All right, Spanish learners, especially those of you using Pronunciator, if you're like me, and I'm guessing you are since you're here, the subjunctive mood has probably caused a few double takes.
It's definitely one of those things that trips up a lot of learners.
It is. So we're doing a deep dive today. We're going beyond just the basics, really digging into what makes the subjunctive tick and how you can get it to click in your own Spanish.
And we're using your notes about your experiences with Pronunciator as our guide. There are some fascinating observations in here.
You said it. One thing that stood out to me, and I see it in the notes here too, is that feeling of, wait, isn't there already a way to say this? Like, I can say I eat, I can say I will eat. Why does it need to be that I eat and mess up my verb endings?
Because Spanish. But in all seriousness, it's about expressing a different kind of thought. The subjunctive is less about concrete facts and more about the world of maybe, desires, doubts, possibilities, things that aren't set in stone.
Okay, so that makes sense. It's like adding a shade of meaning. But how does that actually play out in real life?
Think about when you're using Pronunciator and you come across phrases like, it's doubtful that, or I want you to. Those are your cues that the subjunctive is about to step onto the stage.
So if I'm saying, I want to eat paella, that's straightforward. But if I'm saying, I want you to eat paella, suddenly it's subjunctive time because I'm expressing a desire that you do something.
Exactamente. It's not a guarantee that the other person will actually eat the paella. It's your wish, your hope, and that's where the subjunctive comes in.
And I'm seeing in these notes, there's a whole section here about co-clauses. Are those kind of like the subjunctive's best friend or something?
Pretty much. When you see co, especially after verbs or expressions of emotion, doubt, or influence, your subjunctive radar should start pinging.
Like, I suggest that, or it's important that. Okay, got it. So we got the why down. Now, the big question, how does one actually use this subjunctive?
Well, it does involve those verb endings you mentioned, and yes, they can look a bit intimidating at first.
Because they're different from the regular ones we learned starting out.
Exactly. It's like Spanish takes those regular endings and tweaks them a bit, twists them around to match that extra layer of uncertainty or emotion we're talking about.
But don't worry, Pronunciator's got your back, right?
Absolutely. The app breaks down the conjugation rules in a manageable way, so you're not just memorizing endings blindly. You're learning the patterns, the logic behind them.
That's reassuring to know because, I'll be honest, looking at all the different forms in these notes makes my head spin a little. But what I'm hearing is, it's not just about memorization, right?
Not at all. It's about understanding the concept, the feeling behind the subjunctive. Think of it like this. You're not just stating a fact. You're painting a more nuanced picture with your words. You're adding that Spanish flair.
I like that. So it's all about adding depth and nuance to our Spanish, not just sticking to the bare bones of grammar.
Exactly. And that's what makes language learning so rewarding. It's not just about speaking correctly. It's about expressing yourself with more authenticity and understanding the subtleties of a culture.
This has been really eye-opening. So for all you Pronunciator folks out there, remember, subjunctive might seem tricky at first, but it's really about adding that extra layer of meaning to your Spanish.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's all part of the learning process. The more you practice, the more natural it will become.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Until next time, happy learning, everyone. And don't let the subjunctive scare you away. It's just another piece of the Spanish puzzle. And trust me, the more you work with it, the more you'll see how beautifully it fits.